eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening again on a busy news day. It's a very active weather day out there as well. A strong storm system is blowing in, which could lead to several different issues. Meteorologist Evan Hatter has the latest on this severe weather alert day. Evan?
That's right, Steve. Wind is going to be the big issue as we head later on through tonight. Even as we have some strong thunderstorms pushing through, it's wind outside, and even with the thunderstorms, it's going to be the big problem. Most of us under a wind advisory. However, a high wind warning is in effect for places like Pikeville, Whitesburg, Harlan, Middlesboro, even on over toward Hazard, and all points in between, even as far west as Whitley City, due to the possibility for some higher winds in the highest elevations. Currently, sustained winds 25 miles per hour in Monticello, 15 in Middlesboro, 26 in Hazard, gusting to 25. Look at that gust out of Richmond right now, 46 miles per hour. That as we continue to see an increase in winds ahead of this frontal boundary. We've gusted already to 41 at the Kentucky Mesonet site near Barberville, 44 near Monticello, and 42 at the Mesonet site in northern Pulaski County. Temperatures remain warm as that front pushes in. You see that to the west. I'll have the details on when we could see those storms barreling into the mountains coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you very much. Now to a developing situation in Letcher County where a suspect is apparently now in custody after police say he fired at officers and barricaded himself for a few hours this afternoon. WYMT's Zach Hawk is live with an update from near the scene in Millstone. Zach?
Steve, I am looking to confirm all of the details from today, but I can share that the standoff is over and one man is in custody. That said, we have unconfirmed reports that law enforcement in Letcher County were serving a warrant on Lick Fork Road Thursday morning. At one point, the suspect fired shots at police. No injuries have been reported. Now, around 5:30 p.m., I did see a police cruiser leave the scene with a man in the back seat.
We encourage the public to refrain from going to that area as it will be very congested with law enforcement personnel at this time. Gives them room to work.
Now, some police officers are still here on the scene. We've actually been seeing a handful of state trooper cars leave the scene in just the last few minutes. But I'm going to keep working to confirm the details and everything that happened today and who the suspect is, and we'll definitely share that with you as soon as I know. Live in Letcher County, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News. Steve?
Zach, thank you very much. We hope to have a lot more information about the suspect tonight at 11, but certainly good to see this has apparently ended peacefully this evening. Well, a Letcher County man has lost his home to a recent forest fire. WYMT's Chas Jenkins spoke to him about what's next.
An unexpected Tuesday for one Letcher County man.
Got me from the back blind side that I didn't know it, and then when I smelled the smoke that close, and I got out to look, a tree fell on my house.
Lenny Holbrook Sr. said after that, there was nothing he could do.
Time I got the kids out and then my grandson and them out, it just, was engulfed. I called 911 and they sent the fire departments out, but by the time they got here, it was just too late, just gone.
Thankful nobody was hurt during the initial fire.
It just hurts me to see what all I've lost inside the building. Maybe one day we can replace what we got to live in, but we're never going to be able to replace what we got back, and everything.
Currently staying at a motel in Whitesburg, seeing help from the Red Cross.
The rest of them in the surrounding, Norton and Pikeville and Hazard, these all full. So we found a place over there that we're, the Red Cross is helping us out right there until now.
Asking everyone to stay safe and refrain from burning.
It's just so I'm sorry to say this, but ignorant and stupid for people to try to burn anything right now with the way the wind situation is. And that's why they have these burn laws, because they know what's going to happen.
Unfortunately, Holbrook says he does not have insurance on his house or the items inside. In Letcher County, Chas Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Holbrook tells us he plans to stay at his daughter's house once things get situated. He says he appreciates everyone's support during this time. Laurel County Sheriff's deputies are asking for your help in finding a theft suspect. Take a look at your screen. Police say the theft happened at a business south of London yesterday. If you have any information or know who this person is, you're asked to call police. We told you back in July about an Eastern Kentucky cemetery potentially being moved in Clay County. Well, a federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit designed to stop the relocation of the Hoskins Cemetery. School officials say they wanted to move it because it represents a potential safety risk to schools. The cemetery dates back to the 1890s. The judge declined to rule on some claims related to state law, and opponents of moving the cemetery could still file a lawsuit in state court. The school board is holding off on moving the cemetery for now. Democratic House lawmakers unveiled a new bill this morning to legalize marijuana. The bill would erase misdemeanor convictions for thousands, saving millions in the criminal justice system. It would also fund substance use disorder treatment facilities, pay for providers throughout the state, and create new state revenues. So far, 18 states have legalized it for recreational use. Representative Rachel Roberts says the state could reap up to $100 million per year.
Make no mistake. Kentuckians are growing cannabis. They are selling cannabis. They are consuming cannabis. We just aren't regulating it for their safety or benefiting from the tax revenue it should be generating.
Now, as for medicinal use, Kentucky is already in the minority of states now that do not allow that. 37 states have already legalized medical marijuana. That includes most of Kentucky's neighboring states, including Illinois, Ohio, West Virginia, and Missouri. A warrant was served in Pike County last night after police say a suspect stole more than $25,000 worth of property and then got away from police on foot. WYMT's Jordan Mullins spoke to Pikeville police about the case.
After hiring 33-year-old Donnie McClanahan to do some handiwork around the house, a Pikeville native was stunned when he found out he was missing more than $25,000 worth of property from his home on Tuesday.
We knew who did it, so he did a search warrant, obtained a search warrant from the judge, had the judge sign it, and officers executed the search warrant at the suspect's residence.
After finding many of the stolen items at his home, officers obtained an arrest warrant for McClanahan. On Wednesday night, officers then encountered the suspect driving on US 119.
When he initiated the traffic stop, the vehicle, he stopped, and then he fled the scene, jumped out the passenger side and left the scene, fled into the wooded area.
After finally arresting McClanahan, he was taken to the Pike County Detention Center, where a cavity search led to more drug-related charges.
So after they did their search, they located some narcotics that was being hidden in the suspect's rectum.
A stern reminder that no matter the situation,
he basically had on a pair of Prada tennis shoes. I think they are very costly, upwards of $800 or $900 pair of tennis shoes. And even at that price of tennis shoes, he still couldn't run away from Pikeville police officers.
the law will always catch up to you. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Officer Khan says he's glad no officers were hurt during the arrest and that nighttime foot pursuits are one of the most dangerous situations an officer can find themselves in. From the beginning of the legislative session, everyone in Frankfort has seemingly acknowledged that there are big-time shortages in health care. There are a number of bills in the works to address specific types of positions. This morning, another one was added to that list. Representative Kimberly Moser from Northern Kentucky says that community health care workers serve as an essential go-between for people who need health services and the doctors who can provide those services. Representative Moser and other speakers emphasize the importance of this linking role, especially when it comes to making sure underserved communities know the services they can get. Some nursing homes have had to turn down patients because they don't have the staff to take care of them. Experts say it's not a new problem, but the pandemic has accelerated it. Nationwide, the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows nursing homes have lost close to 240,000 workers. That is 15% of its total workforce. It's also making it harder for these facilities to even stay open.
It's really a perfect storm, I think, although I'm sympathetic to all areas areas of our economy and the workforce struggles, we really need to focus on long-term care.
Tonight at 11, we investigate nursing home staffing shortages. Whitesburg officials are letting everyone know the recycling center is open despite rumors that have been circulating. On a recent Facebook post, city officials said rumors have been going around saying the center was closing. Supervisor Terry Cook says it's not true, and he's not sure what caused those rumors to start in the first place.
We probably don't get enough that we should, you know, and if maybe this will get the word out that we're still open and everyone can recycle, and that would be better for us.
Cook says the center accepts 1 and 2 plastics, aluminum, tin cans, scrap metal, cardboard, and paper. They do not, however, accept glass. The first bill dealing with new guidance on what should be taught in schools dealing with history and controversial subjects of race is moving through the General Assembly. It's Senate Bill 138. The sponsor calls it the Teaching America's Principles Act. Opponents say it leaves out important matters involving racism. WYMT's Phil Pendleton covered the debate and explains what's in the current bill.
It's an issue that's drawn a lot of attention and debate, what should be taught in the classroom, dealing with some of America's unpleasant history.
We've heard from multiple parents, multiple educators and students over the past months.
Senator Wise says this bill, with language change following a lot of complaints that it's banning critical race theory, simply focuses on teaching American history that's age appropriate.
And encourage teachers to help students explore original core documents, analyze historical and current issues and controversies.
Despite those last-minute changes, there were still a number of people who spoke out against the bill during the committee meeting this morning, from teachers to students to community activists.
Some say that it's a problem looking for a solution, or that it censors certain topics.
The biggest reason why I feel 138 will negatively impact my education is because it discourages teachers and students from having truthful conversations about current and past events.
Ignoring the past or only telling partial truth does a disservice to everyone. It's an injustice to those whose story is being forgotten or falsified.
But supporters maintain there have been problems that need to be addressed.
This bill is a way to ensure all children are educated, not indoctrinated by certain political and social beliefs, while also ensuring they are exposed to the rich content of the many amazing speeches, letters, and documents that tell the complicated story of America.
I don't think that this bill is a good bill because it seeks to change how we teach history. It wants to limit and narrow what we talk about in history.
Bill passed along a mostly Republican majority vote of 9-4. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The bill now advances to the full Senate. A big music announcement was shared today on Facebook. Sunday Best announced they will be kicking off the 2022 Kinfolk Reunion. The kickoff event will be held at the Jenny Wiley Amphitheater in April. They will also have concerts again this year at Archer Park. Tickets are already on sale. You can find the link to buy them on our website at WYMT.com.
And strong thunderstorms continue to approach the region later on tonight, as do gusty winds. I've got the latest timing and threats on the way next.